Why are you putting this report together?
Well, there's been so much focus on transparency in government, but not so much focus on transparency with the judiciary. And I wanted to focus on what was happening with the North Carolina Supreme Court specifically. And a lot of information is out there, but we want to provide data in a meaningful way so people can kind of understand what actually the court does. The court makes critical decisions that affect our lives, yet people don't know a lot about what's happening with the court. So what we did was we provided some key information. Over the last, we looked at 2006 to 2010, saw how many cases the court heard, and kind of identify some key information for readers.
Now, you mentioned it's key information. What types of things will people read when they have this report in front of them?
There's a lot of stuff there, but wanted to keep it relatively simple, and because I think there's so many things that people just don't know, including attorneys, including me. So it was very illuminating just to go through it myself. I think one thing that's interesting is that the Supreme Court has issued far fewer decisions than it has. Just keeps going down. Another thing is overwhelming majority of cases are unanimous decisions. That may come as a surprise to many people, given so much contention there is to get onto the court. But what's interesting also is that while overwhelming majority of cases are unanimous decisions, even that has been going down. The cases are getting more contentious over the years. You know, an interesting question is what happens when Court of Appeals cases go to the North Carolina Supreme Court? Well, we kind of examined that, and one thing we found was that most cases are actually affirmed and not reversed, overwhelmingly. And then there are two distinct voting blocks on the court, and that's kind of interesting, not unlike the U.S. Supreme Court having two voting blocks. But we have the Chief Justice Parker, who doesn't seem to fit in either voting block. So it's kind of interesting dynamics going on in the court, and we study those dynamics.